all in RC design class. You know that in building different structural elements are used like beam, column, slab, footing. Now the another important element which has to be used in building, that is staircase. Staircase is very important component of a building, because without staircase you cannot go from one floor to another floor. So that's why it provide access to different floor and roof of the building. Now in your syllabus only as as you know that different type of staircase are used in building, but the most common type of staircase, that is dog leg type of staircase. Actually the name comes because of its appearance. So the planning of staircase, the geometrical planning of staircase and the design of staircase, design of dog legged staircase is in your syllabus. So that only you have to, that this type of staircase only you have to design, and also you have to develop geometrical plan. You have to make a plan of staircase as well as design of the staircase. Now the one long question positively come in university exam carrying 15 marks. So from the exam point of view, so this topic is very important, because the 15 marks one long question positively, because in every semester one question from staircase positively comes. So that's why, so that you must understand how the staircase is designed and how the planning of how the plans are developed. Now in general the staircase consists of flight and the steps. Step is basically raised over flight, and one or more intermediate slab. In dog legged type of stair, one intermediate slab are used, but the open well stair, more than one intermediate slab are used. So, and this slab is placed at the middle of the floor. So the stair consists of flight, steps and intermediate slab. Now classification of stair, type of staircase. Now the staircase, the classification of the staircase is based on geometrical configuration. So based on geometrical shape, the staircase are classified. So this is the first one. This is a one type of staircase, single flight staircase. So it means here the one flight are used, the single flight are used. So that's why it is called single flight staircase. So you see that this portion, this inclined portion of the stair is called flight. Then you see that over flight, the steps are constructed. So step supported on flight, and this is the landing portion. So this arrow sign means you are going up, and this step has two parts. One is a riser, another is tread. The horizontal portion where the foot rests, this portion is called tread, and the vertical portion of the step is called riser. Now another type of staircase, that is a two flight staircase. So in previous slide you have seen that one flight staircase, and here the two flight staircase. So this type of staircase is called the dogleg staircase, which is this type of staircase is commonly used in residential building, and that only the design of this type of stair is in your syllabus. The planning and design of staircase, such type of staircase is in your syllabus. Now the dogleg type of, because of its the name comes because of its because of the appearance of the staircase. Now the dogleg staircase has the two flight, and so you see that here the dogleg staircase is one of the simplest form of the stair, in which a flight of stairs goes up to a half step before turning 180 degrees. So you see that here you are going up, then the 180 turn, and again you go up and reach to the floor. So this is a plan view, means the top view. Top view is drawn here. This portion is called steps, and this is a riser, and the flight portion is a landing portion. The sectional view is drawn here. So the section is considered, and along that line, along this imaginary line, the vertical view is drawn, means the projection is drawn on vertical plane, and the elevation comes. So that is called the sectional elevation. This is not elevation, the sectional elevation, because the one section we consider one imaginary line we have considered through stair, and the vertical plane is drawn. So by sectional elevation we understand the the details of the staircase, how the what is the flight length, and what is the size of the steps, what is so how many steps are used. So that we understand by the sectional, the details of staircase we understand by the sectional elevation. So that's why this elevation is very important. Now another type of stair, that is called circular stair. You know that the such type of stairs are used at the rear of the building, at the rear of a building, to give access for servicing at various floors. So here the one central post are provided. So this post is called naval post. So from naval post the steps are supported. Step is attached with this naval post, and the shape is circular. So this is elevation, and the plan is drawn. So you see that this one is the naval post, and from the naval post the steps are radiated from the naval post, and it is supported on naval post. So the load is transferred to the naval post, and finally the naval post is embedded into the ground. So finally the naval post transfer the load to the footing, and footing transfer load to the soil, and these steps are made. These stairs can be constructed by stone, cast iron, or RCC. So basically these stairs are generally provided at the rear of building to give access for servicing at various floors. All the steps, as I have said, all the steps radiated from the naval post in the form of windows. These stairs can be constructed in stone, cast iron, or RCC. Okay, so plan view and the elevation view. This type of stair are used in building. Now another type of stair, that is called bifurcated stair. So such type of stair are used in public building, and you see that this is a first flight, and you can, so after reaching the first landing, you can go in left direction, left side. You can go left side or right side. So this type of stairs are more suitable for modern buildings. These stairs are so arranged that there is a wide flight at the start. In the starting portion, the wide flight is used. So here this flight, and which is subdivided into the narrow flight at the mid landing. So here the landing, so at the mid landing it is subdivided into narrow flight. The one flight goes in left direction and another flight goes in right direction. From either side of mid landing, generally these stairs are more suitable for modern public. So in modern public building, because of its appearance, it looks gorgeous. So so this type of stairs are used in modern public building. Another type of stair, that is open naval stair. Open naval stair, open well stair. So you see that so this in the two flight, so the at the middle an opening is provided. So between forward flight and backward flight, and another flight is introduced. So here you see that here the more than one landing are used. Okay, more than one landing slab. This is one landing portion, this is another landing portion, and you know that in dog-legged type of stair only the two flights are used and one landing at the middle of the floor, but here you see that two landings are used. So when all the steps, because to reach the floor you have to provide number of steps. So if all the steps are difficult to arrange in two flight, then another third flight is introduced. So this flight is introduced of 3 to 5 steps may be provided along the direction perpendicular to the hall. So this flight is provided along the perpendicular direction to the hall, and generally this open well, this space are this in the opening space in the middle portion, generally the lift are introduced, because you use simultaneously stair and lift. So the open well stair concept comes when the steps are not arranged in two flight, so the another flight is introduced, and the opening space are utilized by giving a lift. Okay, the lift are placed in this space in the middle portion. Okay, where the lift is placed. So you use the simultaneously lift, and so in this space, in that space the lift are installed. So you are using the both stair and lift. Now the different terminology used in staircase that you have to learn, that you have to understand what terminology are used in staircase. The first one is tread. The tread is the horizontal top portion of step where foot rest. I mean this portion is called tread. Okay, where the foot rest, and the vertical distance, the riser. So this one is called riser. The vertical distance between two successive steps. So between the two successive steps, this height is called riser. And the flight. So you know that this portion, this inclined slab is called flight. The flight is a run of stair or steps between landings. And the landing portion, this portion is called landing, the horizontal portion of slab where flight meet. So generally the landing used at the middle of the floor. So I mean in dog-legged type of stair, whereas open well stair, more than one intermediate slab are used. Now the geometric planning of staircase is very important. So how the staircase is planned, how the planning of staircase are developed, so that you have to understand, and the guideline you have to follow. First you plan the staircase, after that you design the staircase. So planning is very important. So initially when we develop floor plan, so the planning of staircase is required. So that's why this planning first you developed, and after that then you develop the plan, different floor plan, then elevations are drawn. So the planning of staircase is very important. So now the few guidelines you follow, the standard guidelines you have to follow to plan the staircase. Now you see that here the two type of buildings we have considered. One is domestic or residential building, another type of building, that is public. Now the range of riser, the vertical height, the step height, this height range 160 to 170, the standard 160 to 170. The standard riser 160, generally we are using 160, 165. So this is very, these two dimension is very frequently used in residential building. And this the range of trade, the trade dimension is this horizontal distance, how much, that is in general building. In residential building 250 to 280 is the range, but the standard is 260 to 65 to 70, or you may use 250 also, because the 250 is comfortable dimension. Now the another type of building, that is a public, the range of riser is 140 to 150. You see the riser height is less than domestic building. The standard is 145 and 150. Range of trade, so you see that here the width of trade is more than domestic building, because in public the more peoples, I mean the crowd use this building. So so that's why the width of trade is more than residential building, to make comfortable. So the range trade width is more than domestic building. The standard trade is 300, 310 you may also use. Now the width of staircase, for residential building, the width of staircase is 1.0, means the width of flight. Okay, so here the plan view, so this is the width of flight. Okay, width of flight is how much, minimum, standard is how much, that is 1. You may use more, but if the more width, it means the space is required also more. And in public building, the width of flight is minimum 1.5 meter standard. Now the minimum width of landing, so you see that this is a landing portion, the width of landing means that this length is how much, that is 1 meter for residential building. Width of landing should not be less than the width of stair. Is the what width of landing, what width of landing you have to provide, that should not be less than width of stair. So it means that in public building, if I consider 1.5 meter is the width of flight, then width of landing is either equal to 1.5 meter or more than 1.5 meter. Now the one example of geometric planning of staircase following above guideline is the what guidelines I have mentioned in previous slide. So following the guideline, you develop the planning, you make a plan of staircase, make a plan of dog-legged staircase. So here the example given, design a dog-legged stair for residential building. Okay, the type of building is mentioned, that is a residential building having staircase. The staircase size is 2.1 meter is the width, and the 4.45 meter is the length, and the floor height is given, that is 3.1 meter. So the layout of staircase. Now let us consider, because as the building is residential, so use riser 160 standard, and the tread you consider 250. 250 is also a standard comfortable dimension. Now the number of riser required. So how many riser required? So that is floor height divided by riser, height of the riser. So we get 19.375 number riser required, but you cannot provide 19.375. So that's why we provide 10 riser. You have to provide 20 numbers, total 20 number riser required. So we provide 10 riser, so that the total riser divide in 2 flight, I mean equally divided in 2 flight. So so it means the 10 risers required in each flight. Now the number of tread in each flight are, so if the riser is 10, then the tread is 9, means the 1 you have to subtract. Okay, if the riser is 10, I mean from if you see the plan, then you understand that if the riser, if you provide 10 risers, then the 9 number, I mean the one less, I mean the 9 number tread will be required. So hence length of flight on projected plan. So the length of flight is how much? So 9 number tread are used, and the tread dimension is 250 width of tread. So flight, length of flight is how much? 2250 millimeter. Now the remaining distance, the what distance are left is a 4.45 minus 4450 minus 2250. 4450 minus 2250. Now this distance you divide equally in land portion. So now the width of landing slab is how much? 1.1 meter. Now the width of flight is 1050 mm. Okay. So before designing, first you plan the staircase, because to plan the staircase you need the floor height and the staircase size. So you find out how many steps are required, and what is the dimension of the tread, what is the dimension of the riser, that you choose, and accordingly you also provide the width of landing, width of flight. Okay, and finally you plan the staircase. Okay, the planning is required. So after now you see the one problem comes, because we are using the how many risers? 20 numbers riser, and the height is 160 mm. So if I multiply 20 into 160, then how much? That is 3200 mm. So which is more than floor height 3.1 meter. Now how you adjust it? because the you see that 100 is extra. So how we adjust it? What is the solution? Now from the side point of view, keeping 160 riser, you tell to the worker that 100 extra height, so that you adjust. So anyhow you adjust it. So you see that 100 is extra, so means the in each flight the 50 is extra, so anyhow you adjust, so they will adjust. You cannot I mean the steps are, so in sight, in field, the steps are not uniform. Okay, steps are not uniform. The some I mean the difference always remain, but you cannot feel the difference, because the 200 to 10 5 difference you cannot feel. Okay, or you may use exactly 150 okay. Right here. So this is from side point of view, from the infield. So this always you provide 160 I mean in round dimension you provide. I mean the height should be round, not the fractional, or 163 you cannot use. You 160 the how much extra that you must tell to the worker, and they will adjust, and you will not you are not able to understand the difference. It's the 5 6 difference, you cannot feel it, and practically the steps never uniformly met. Is the some difference always present. Okay, this is not uniform. Okay, so that's why they have adjusted. So there, I mean there is no problem, but you have to say that 160 is the riser, and what is the extra, that also you have to tell to the worker. Okay, this is a solution. Now you see that now the plan is developed in AutoCAD. The geometric plan is developed. You see that how many risers are used? 10 risers. 1, so you count it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 risers. And the tread is 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 treads and the 10 risers. So now this flight portion is called going. So the length, the flight length, I mean the projected horizontal length of flight is how much? That is 9 into 250, which is equal to 2250 Now the width of landing is how much? 1100, and the width of flight is how much? 1050. Okay, now the sectional elevation is drawn here. So you see that plan view. Now the one imaginary line we consider to develop the elevation, means that this sectional elevation is very important, because by elevation we understand the size of the, I mean the shape of the stair, and also the what type of I mean the shape of the step size also you understand. So here you see that one reference line, one imaginary line we have considered. Now along that line, this stair is, so this line divide this two part, one this part, another this part. Now the view is drawn, so the vertical plane view is drawn. So along that line we cut the stair, and the projection is drawn on the vertical plane. Projection is drawn on vertical plane, so the elevation will come. Okay, the sectional elevation will come. So by sectional elevation we understand the shape of the stair, size of the stair, and the how many steps are used, what type of what is the size of the steps. Okay, that we understand. So this is the projection line drawn here, and the plan view, the sectional elevation, the projection lines are drawn here. So this is this slab is called the waist slab. So over waist slab the steps are constructed, means the step is supported on waist slab. Okay, here the beams are provided, here also beams are, so load is transferred from waist slab to the landing to the beam. Now the thickness of waist slab, the floor height is also given, which is from top to top. Okay, from this line to this line. This floor height given 3.10. This is a landing slab thickness. So generally this thickness is uniform. This the waist slab and the landing slab has the same thickness. Again in AutoCAD I developed this geometrical the plan of dog-legged staircase. Okay, sectional elevations are drawn, so you see that here the sections are considered and the elevations are drawn here. The brick wall, okay, the beams are placed here. And this direction is upward direction, and after reaching the landing then you turn 180 degree and you reach to the, again you go up and reach to the floor. So here the openings are there. Next, so this few important observation regarding planning of staircase, that you have to this observation you note down. So one thing you note, that if you increase the height of the riser, okay, suppose the height of the riser if you increase, then what happen, then length of flight is decreased. Okay, but the comfortness is reduced. Understand? If I suppose the standard is 160 for residential building, if I use 170, then what happened? Then length of flight is decreased. I mean the space required less. For staircase the space required less, but the comfortness is reduced. Means the difficult to access the stair. Okay, you feel the difficulty to access the stair. So say if I use 180 mm, then you see the stair room size become less but difficult to access it. Now if you decrease the height of riser, if you decrease the height, then what problem comes? Then the length of flight is increased. Length of flight is increased, but you can comfortably use the stair. So the comfortness will increase. So that's why in public building the less riser is being used to make comfortable, because you know that in public building the more the lot of peoples are using the stair, so you have to increase the comfortness so that they can easily avail the staircase, they can easily access the staircase. So that's why in public building the less riser is used. If I use less riser, then the length of flight is increased. I mean you need a more space for staircase, but the comfortness is increased. So that's why the standard dimension are used to make comfortable, because the 160 for residential it is comfortable. In public 150 is comfortable, Mr. Riser, and width is 300 because a lot of people are using the staircase. So that's why these dimensions are used. This is a riser and 300 is the tread. Now the another assignment I have given to plan the staircase. So one dog-legged staircase, because in your syllabus the dog-legged staircase is in your syllabus. So that's why you have to plan the staircase. I mean you have to develop the geometrical, you have to develop the plan of staircase. So how? This residential building having the staircase 1.9 meter into 4.35 meter. Floor height is how much? 3.1 meter. Design staircase using 160 mm riser and 170 mm riser separately. So means you first you design it, first you develop, make the plan of staircase using the 160 mm riser, and then you make the plan using 170 mm riser, and you write the observation and give remarks, so the layout and sectional elevation of staircase. So that you have to submit the assignment 7. So here I end my lectures, and in next lecture I shall discuss how the staircase is designed, how the dog-legged staircase are designed. That I discuss in next lecture.